Thursdays can be a very boring day when you're unemployed and unmarried or unable to contact your wife because she lied. Excuse me. When you're unable to talk to the ones that you care about at all, it's kind of tedious. It's emotionally devastating, in fact. But while I'm not the only one in this boat, I'm sure I am the only one able to see the live streams that I keep making. Because I know that one of the things that users at least used to be able to do was go on here on the YouTubes and find someone talking about a similar topic. In this case, the in this case, the topic actually being boredom itself, the tediousness of unproductive phases in your life. Those times when you get to a point where you've worked hard to please everyone around you, worked your ass off, in fact. I worked my ass off to please everyone around me. And just to make myself a servant to them. But sometimes people don't appreciate that. Sometimes people would rather talk shit about you than actually ask you a question. Sometimes people would rather believe a liar than believe the person who demonstrates selflessness. Let me just tell you this. If you're ever given a choice between somebody who could be telling you a lie and the person who's telling you that they're lying is an otherwise selfless person, chances are that selfless person is telling the truth and the other person is a liar. And that is a universal truth that applies to any social situation you find yourself in. People's honesty is determined by their initiative. People's value in general, whether or not you can trust someone, whether or not as a Christian you can find them like you or like-minded. It's a matter of initiative, not what, when asked, they say they'll do, not what, when asked to do something, what will they do, but what do they take upon themselves to do without being asked. It says one people watching on this end. Interesting. How's it going, Mr. Conway? And a word limit on the chat. How about that? Interesting. Yeah, apparently, so if you're suicidal, YouTube just wants you to go ahead and fucking kill yourself. Basically is the thing. But as for me, I'm just trying to talk about how to tell a good person from a shitty person in a generic way. Huh. It looks like some of the rainbow Manipura is actually growing back. How about that? Oh, happy day. Just watching the video from earlier. Well, thanks for taking the time to hit refresh. Glad I could catch you, brother. I'm kind of feeling lost and hopeless right now. But I thought I might make the most of it by providing another one of these broadcasts to anybody else who's feeling lost and hopeless. But you know, YouTube won't let everybody see this broadcast. You basically have to have like a pre-designated IP. Just to be able to get this in your search results. They allow me like 5 different videos to actually get views. I'll have 5 different videos, usually only 1 or 2 actually, that give me most of the views on this channel. And it doesn't really matter what kind of content I wind up putting up here. Even if I make a better video than those videos. Right now we have the CRV radiator replacement video. As useful as it is, it's not that good of a video. But it is up to 16,000 views and getting well over 1,000 views a month by itself. That's pretty cool. Too bad YouTube had to demonetize the channel. They could be making revenue off of that. They could probably be making $100 a month just off of that video. I could be making $10 a month just off of that one video. I should be, because I am currently at 10,000 views per month. This channel gets 10,000 views per month. If I was monetized, that would equate to between $50 and $100 per month. Isn't that something? Right, you could expect from 10,000 views, you could easily expect $100 a month. Because basically it's a penny on a dollar. For every 100 views, basically, you get $1. For every view, you get like a tenth of a penny or something. Something like that. 1,000 views should get you $10, but it'll probably only get you 6. 10,000 views should get you $100, but it'll probably only get you like 54 to 60. Because they'll give you like 0.6 of a cent per view, basically. Something like that. Something like that, I don't know. I've done the math on 100 views before and seen 100 views generate 10 views I've seen generate a penny. 100 views generates 10 cents. 1,000 views generates $1. So 10,000 views would be $10? That doesn't sound right. But I'd take $10 a month. $10 a month would be better than nothing, right? I used to get about 34 to 60,000 views a month on this channel. I was making upwards of around $230 to $270 a month. So maybe I'm mathing wrong. Maybe it was $0.10 for 100 views, $1 for 1,000 views. Oh wait, no, $1 for 100 views. Yeah, it's 2 decimals over. Boy, this medication I'm on is making math difficult. This reminds me of when I was in fucking chemistry class. Like, how much trouble I'm having doing basic math right now is astounding. That's the medication, dude. Seriously. I think y'all know my fucking head math skills are pretty sharp. But not right now, man. Ooh. I feel like a moron. Anyway. $10 views get you a penny. 100 views gets you 10 pennies. That doesn't seem right either. Because 100 views gets you like $1. So you get like almost a penny per view. I remember back when that video had 10,000 views, it had made me $73. But right around 1,000 views a month, I was getting around $10 a month. So around 10,000 views, I should be getting $100 a month. That's all I'm saying. Or at least 54. That's like the bottom is 5/10 of a penny that I've seen. Peeking down at that, you know, for cost per click, whatever, or cost per impression, EMI, or whatever. I don't know. I forget what they're all called. It's been so long since I looked that shit up. But I know one thing. Sorry about that. Forgot I don't have home internet access right now. My home internet access is not working. Currently experiencing some sort of outage. It keeps trying to reconnect and failing. But you got to be careful about the type of people that you let in your life in general. You got to be careful about the type of people that you trust. And I found that whether it comes to relationships, friendships, or even coworkers or employees, the number one way to gauge how somebody is by their level of initiative. Are they doing things on their own volition? Not just when you're looking, but when you're not. And when they're doing things, are they doing them for other reasons? Or are they just doing them to be helpful? Like, say if a woman volunteers to take your dog outside, you might be thinking, oh, that's a good woman. She's looking after my dog for me. Does she go outside and make phone calls? If she does, then she ain't just taking your dog outside. She's trying to have a conversation without you listening. And she's being manipulative, taking your dog outside just to get on your good side, get you to trust them more. Happened to me once. Just like if you're with a woman and you're trying to start a business, if you have to beg and plead with her to get her to help you with the business, she ain't a good woman. A good woman, a good friend, a good employee would see the potential of the business, help you work out any kinks in the business, give you suggestions, and then try to find exactly what you needed to make that project successful. Whether it be talking to other people or simply making Facebook posts. And if that's too much to ask, or if you even have to ask, be wary. Having to ask one time is no big thing. But if they just do it once and then they forget about it, they don't seem interested at all, be wary. That's somebody who's got other plans in the future. They've got other things on their mind in the present. And they ain't no good to you now. Because they ain't going to be no good to you once their other plans come through. But anyways, man, I'm really regretting just everything that happened yesterday. I can't talk about it because I can't talk about it. That's on paper now. But the two people I was worried about the most, well, it's going to be another year, it looks like. Yeah. You know, another way to spot a woman, whether she's a good woman or a bad woman, is whether or not she insists that her children or somebody else's children should visit their father. If a woman outright does not want her children to visit the person that they've been calling daddy for, some number of years, some great percentage of their lives. There's something fucked up about that woman. But I'm just speaking in hypotheticals. This applies to any situation you might find yourself in. Anytime a woman has an ex-old man, she done talked all kinds of shit about that guy. But you don't hear nothing about from them kids about how horrible he was. Be wary. Because next thing you know, you might be the ex-old man that she's talking all kinds of shit about. Even though the kids, they don't got nothing to say about it. Because they don't want to get in trouble. Be wary, man. Be wary about trusting a woman with kids, and she's got nothing but bad things to say about. I mean, you know, there might be some instances where she was done wrong by the man. He might have cheated on her, he might have abused her, he might have done all kinds of stuff. But none of that precludes whether or not the father should be seen by the children. It's not about the father. It's about those children. Not just for their mental health, but so that they won't grow up resenting both of you for not getting your shit together and acting like an adult and making decisions with an ounce of remote emotional maturity. Now again, I'm just speaking in hypotheticals. This applies to any situation where you have a woman with kids, got nothing but bad things to say about that ex, and wants their kids to have nothing to do with them. You need to ask yourself the question, well, why were they with them for so long to begin with, if they were so horrible? And when you get an answer for that, make sure it makes sense. And keep an eye on a woman. Keep an eye on a friend. Keep an eye on an employee when they're pretending like they're taking initiative to do something for you. Keep an eye out on somebody who says, for instance, that they're committed to a company and being company-minded, but then they're always in their phone on the clock. Are they doing company business on the phone? Are they sharing posts about your business on social media? Are they talking about how lucky they are to have a job? Are they talking about, in a relationship, how lucky they are to have a friend that's so smart? How lucky they are to have a husband or wife with so much potential, with such a great idea, with such a wonderful business model, with such a valuable service, with such high quality crafts or whatever? If you got to go to them and say, hey, while you're on your phone, would you mind doing something productive? You know, like you said you were going to do when I hired you. Like you said you were going to do when I married you. That kind of thing. While you're on your phone, would you mind doing the basic things that could make this business, that could make this relationship, that could make this friendship successful? Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. Let me take care of that right quick. And they do it one time while you're looking. Then guess what? And what? And what happens? They just decided it ain't worth their time from there. They never give it a second thought. And be wary of when out of the blue they suddenly do. And just flag that and say, up, I'm going to keep an eye out for what they're going to ask, what they're going to do, or what they're going to change in this relationship as a result of this thing that they done kind of tested your patience on, but acting like they're going through with it. Be wary of them forgetting about it for a long time and then suddenly say, hey, I'm going to do this. Either they just cheated on you or they're going to cheat on you. Either they just stole something from you or they're going to steal something from you. Either they're looking for a new job or they're about to ask you for a raise, or both. But when it comes to a woman with children, the main way you can determine whether or not she is a lying, cheating scoundrel, just like all the men she said done her wrong, is how thoroughly she prioritizes, not just on paper, not just in labels, not just in name and, you know, kid does this, kid does that, we do this. But how much do they actually prioritize the needs of their children above their own on a daily basis? How much do they prioritize the emotional well-being of their children more than they prioritize what can be perceived as taking care of children? There's plenty of emotionally detached parents out there, just completely emotionally detached, that would not be able to tell if their child had a drug problem because they're so detached, whose children are on the football team, on the soccer team, in the band, in the alpha club, in the beta club, in the chess club, in the glee club, whatever the fuck kind of club they got. The Alphabet Soup Club, the Superbet Alf Club, that's with the furry noses. Yeah. Superbet Alf. That's, you know, with the card dealer's visor and the cigar in his mouth. Yeah. That's not an action figure. It should be. Anyway, be aware of anyone who doesn't at least try to prioritize the emotional well-being of their family, of the people they say they care about, over themselves. That's why any man who's looking for a woman, you're looking for a good woman, first you need to get yourself a dog. Because not only do dogs attract the right kind of women, but they help you sift out the wrong kind of woman. Any woman who gives you grief over the condition or attitude or displacement or behavior of a well-trained dog, not a good woman. Any woman who doesn't understand the basic ways to train a dog, any woman who doesn't know how to talk to a dog, doesn't know how to talk to their husband, doesn't know how to talk to their friends, doesn't know how to talk to their children. Yep, that's right. If you don't know how to talk to a dog, you're going to be a shitty parent because you don't even know how to talk to your children. Because as irritating as a dog can be, and as many shit and piss stains as they can leave, a child is going to be a whole lot more irritating and is going to find, much more creative places to shit and piss. You can guarantee that. And blessed is he who takes a woman in, knowing that she is broken, and provides a safe shelter for that woman and her children to heal. And blessed is he who guides the woman into new countenance with her children and teaches a woman or a man how they should treat a dog so that they can learn how to treat their children. Blessed is he who accepts the flaws of a broken woman and sees her for her potential. And blessed is he who finds children in need of a father. Blessed is she who finds children in need of a mother and says, because of this broken man, because of this broken woman, I will be the father, I will be the mother of this household, so that there can be a household for these children to live in. I have done this not just once, but several times. I have taken in many women with children. And while those women may or may not have left on disagreeable terms, I don't regret being there for those children and teaching them right from wrong. Because it takes someone willing to do that to have the wisdom to teach children, many children, to begin with. Except for grammar. Apparently they suck at grammar. Kidding. And the same goes for a woman too. When it comes with getting a dog, it's a great strategy. But whatever you do, don't get a pit bull. I got nothing against pit bulls, but a woman who gets a pit bull is attracting the wrong kind of man. Because men who like pit bulls, I'm telling you, will be statistically more likely to be abusive assholes. That's like men driving, being a girl who owns a pit bull means you're looking for a man who drives a Mustang. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Get yourself a golden retriever. Get yourself one of them little girly dogs. See how the man treats the little girly dog. You know, one of them little throw pillows with a face. There you go, an Irish Wolfhound. Oh, that's a beautiful dog. Better yet, a Wolfhound Akita mix. I got to take a picture of that dog, show you. Came out with an almost solid black coat. Wolfhound and Akita. That is a beautiful dog. That's at my stepdad's house. Bones. That dog gets so excited when I come over. I'm like his best friend. But he knows Dave's the one that feeds him. But I tell you what, the number one sign of somebody just being a shitty person, whether or not you can see it for years, whether or not you've known them just a couple of weeks, is how do they react to news of somebody dying? Because if they express nothing, if somebody could hear about somebody dying and just not say anything back, they don't care about anything or anyone but themselves. Just to be clear, right now my Aunt Harriet is dying. She's about to get put into hospice. And someone I thought cared about things in general has expressed no concern. And that's just a shame. That's just shameful. As if everything else they were doing wasn't shameful. These hot-ass little strippers on the Drew Carey show right now are kind of shameful. Speaking of shameful. What the hell, man? I'm trying to concentrate. This girl's shaking her butt in the camera. And she looks good. Anyways. So, whoever else is in the chats, feel free to say hello. Feel free to comment, ask questions. This is the place to go for anybody who's feeling like the world doesn't make sense. Whether it's your world or the greater world at large. Myself and the other people you'll find as moderators on this channel are experts in such subjects. Excuse me. In fact, together, we have a combined IQ of whatever we'll fucking do, man. And that's what this channel's about. Solving people's problems and solving the world's problems. And there isn't a single problem that you could face in life, whether it be a personal problem or a political problem or a problem that could destroy the environment for humankind, that can't be taught about better by someone who learns how to keep a reef tank. Even an environmental scientist, a botanist, an agriculturalist, a civil engineer can learn about keeping a reef aquarium and have a more complex and comprehensive understanding of the world in general. Because last time I checked, most of the world is ocean. And believe me, the ocean determines the air quality. It doesn't matter how much we pollute the air. Polluting the ocean is what's going to wind up killing us. Anyways, I need to feed my fish. Oh. I miss my family, man. It takes a really strong person to know that someone else is broken and think that they have the strength to pick them back up. But I can tell you what, I've never felt stronger in my life than I do right now. And I tell you what, if my wife came back to me, things would be different. Things would be a lot different. I wouldn't leave any demon excuse in the mind of a woman. I wouldn't leave any room for doubt. It takes a special kind of woman to tell you to stay home and mean it. But my advice to men in general is don't let a woman's fantasy obscure the reality of life. A woman might think she can go and be the career person, but a woman is not built to do that biochemically. They're going to come home and they're going to resent anybody who gets to stay at home and do nothing. And it doesn't matter what you do, You stayed home and did nothing. Want to know why? Because it's a woman, and women are crazy. All of them. You just got to understand how they're crazy and know not to trigger it. And that's why I'm saying now I'm stronger than ever. Because I know one thing, I wouldn't be triggering the crazy right now. Like, for instance, the strippers on the Drew Carey show right now are about the most naked women I've seen for a long damn time. Smurfette, how the hell is even less of your tail there? And then Petey comes up and almost fucking bites apart. I don't know if y'all saw that just now. Jeez. She just still hasn't learned. You know, I can't always do 30, but I can definitely always do 20. So I'm thinking about maybe doing like 25 at a time. And then just making my goal 250. I don't know. DS Stop Tolk. Like the Lord of the Rings author? Apparently this guy does not like hobbits. And all I have to say to that is, son, I don't know where you've been till now, but I see you won last prize. Son, I don't know where you've been till now, but I see you won last prize. Okay. What's an Irish lad from a good family doing talking about hobbits? What? I think Mr. Conway may have just pissed himself. Which, let's face it, was kind of the point. but I said it once and I'll say it again, man. Beware of when a woman stops accepting the very things that she once said she loved about you. If a woman turns on you in that way, she is cheating on you. Period, point blank. She has moved on to something and someone else. She's no longer interested in you because the grass has become greener somewhere else. And once the grass becomes greener somewhere else, there's nothing you can do. You get a job, you get promotion. You can inherit money. You can start flipping real estate. Like me, I'm about to start flipping real estate, but it don't matter. Tomorrow, a new law goes into effect that specifically solves all of my problems with getting investment. And it's gonna basically mean that if I don't get started, somebody's gonna beat me to it, son. They are going to allow individual valuation of raised homes. Basically meaning that that one home in a floodplain can transcend its floodplain status. You can get it legally on paper that an individual house is no longer considered to be in a floodplain. So you don't have to purchase flood insurance. You don't have to have extra fucking flood zone loan back guarantees to be able to sell the house. And you don't have to be stuck with a value commensurate to those factors. And that is happening tomorrow. Tomorrow in Mawawa. Flooded homes will be rebuildable. Unless your name is Bradley Wayne, and he's a liar, I tell you, a liar. And you know where wires go? To Mawawa. That's where my ex-husband lives. What? Oh, I was channeling the Miss Black. I was channeling her. Holy shit. Wow. It's Friday. No, Miss Black, it's Tuesday. But tomorrow's Friday. No, tomorrow will be Wednesday. Then later in the week, it'll be Friday. Yes, there you go. She's starting to make sense. She's starting to come around. Anyway. Dingo, go lay down. Just took you outside, asshole. Oh, I'm getting hungry. Oh. You already had your food, fucker. Cut it out. Up. In your bed. In your bed. Dingo, up. Up. In your bed. you go. Good boy. You're laying halfway in the middle of the floor, and I can't do push-ups like that. That's probably like 100 for the day, I think. How many is that for the broadcast? 60? Had 40 before that. Anyways. I'll check and see what this looks like. Get a little bit on the cut side there. So I'm all out of shit to talk about. And it's getting kind of hot in this house. I don't know what the hell to do about that. The Freon on my AC seems to keep leaking out. And I just picked up my old cell phone. But anyways, so now the funding for lawyers is still needed because I need to hire a divorce lawyer. I'm not going to be able to discuss any of that, but I am at least, by the terms of the agreement, pretty obviously allowed to continue to raise money in the way that I have historically raised money to support my former family and myself, because it is my secondary source of income at this moment. And in fact, I'm pretty sure last month it was my primary source of income. So I thank y'all for that. But we are not out of the woods. Basically, let me just speak in hypotheticals again. If somebody is placed under some sort of an erroneous order that keeps them from seeing their children for a year, with and the wife is, or the woman is denying that either child is actually yours, the only remedy is in divorce court. And the only way to find out whether the child is really yours is to have a judge order it, basically. But I still intend to pay for it. Because I think it's better for us to come up with the money between all of us here on this channel than to make even a poorly behaved single mother have to pay for additional expenses no matter what. That's just my general belief about the subject. Never try to stick a bill on a single mother, no matter what you're doing. Even if you think she wronged you, always try to pick up the tab, because you want that single mother to have plenty of money so that she's got enough extra for the kids. Even if she's got bad habits for herself, you want to make sure that there's enough extra money for them kids. That's the way I feel about it. I could be wrong. Anyway. It's too hot in this house for this shit. fucking hot. Ha. I don't think I brushed my hair yet today. I should go do that. Yeah, I thought of something productive to do. It's hard to work out when the damn house is overheating. In fact, it's hard to do anything, really. Alan Partridge sung Irish rebel songs on the BBC the other night. That's great. Thanks for reminding me. I need to update my subscription on my channel. I stopped using my wife's channel for YouTube viewing. She doesn't live here anymore. But am I allowed to mention that? I hope so, because I just did. Yeah, obviously. Not here anymore. I'm not trying to use her accounts for anything. But all the subscriptions that I had on that account, there were just tons of different news sources. I'm trying to get them all back, little by little. It almost looks like I have arms. Speaking of gaining weight, I made a fucking Irish classic last night. Fucking pork loin and sweet biscuits. Little sandwiches. Like, oh, little sliders, you know? Pork loin. On some fucking biscuits. Oh, God. So delicious. Really sucks that I can't use my oven right now. I'd make some more fucking biscuits right now. Bacon and cabbage, hell yeah. I can't eat cabbage much. Too gassy. One thing I can't eat though, Pop-Tarts and fucking chocolate milk. That's what I have. I can hardly choke this shit down. Maybe I've had too much sugar already today. Holy fuck, it's already 2:30 in the afternoon. So yeah, never buying Frosted Pop-Tarts again, even though it's the only thing they have. I wind up eating my last fudge ones just to fucking get that out of me. But again, I already feel like I've had enough sweet shit today. Oh well. Guess I'll do some more push-ups. Feels like it's working. Does it look like it's working? Sure as fuck feels like it's working. I carried not one but 2 bags of groceries in the same hand from the register all the way to my fucking car. And when I have to cry again, when I got to my car, I fucking cried. Because I didn't have any pain. I don't know how many times I could do that, but just being able to do it once, man. So, whatever these push-ups are doing to me, it's working. That's all I know. I've never felt so comfortable sitting since I was 18 years old. By the time I was 19, I was a fucking cripple. And I guess I have my ex-wife to thank for actually letting me recover for a while. I just hadn't, in all 20 years, I just hadn't had even a couple of months to just like heal. And I don't think if it wasn't for that, being able to just, do what I can around the house and do like other things. Just being able to focus on that and pace myself to where I wouldn't hurt my back at all allowed me to heal up to this point to where I can start PTing again. It's been a long time. I feel like I could probably work a couple of hour shift at this point. I could probably easily work 4 hours. Maybe 6 if I had a good break in between and I had a comfortable place to sit and recover. I'd probably work 6-hour shifts, 6 days a week. Get back part-time. And I'd just be disabled from my fucking nerves. I can handle a high-stress job and I can handle a high-stress life, but I can't handle both at the same time. That's just too much for me. I'll just wind up in nightly fucking downward spirals and then not getting any sleep. Anyways, I really feel like my lawyer dropped the ball yesterday. That's all I'm going to say. But he was doing me a favor. He had to get the hell out of there. Anyways. And, speaking of which, for reasons I cannot disclose, I am now $600 in the hole. So bear that in mind next time y'all are able to make contributions. And let's just say if I don't pay, the long arm is going to put me on the bench. Whether I want to go or not. Anyways. But that's all fine. Like I said, you never burden a single mother with any expense that you could take yourself. Even if it's wrong. Just suck it up, Cupcake. Anyways. How many push-ups have I done on camera? Was that like 140 or 160? $40 plus whatever I did on camera. Let's just call it 140. Alright. I wish the sun would go down so it could cool back down here. I got nothing better to do but live stream and push-ups. I was supposed to get a telephone interview today, but the telephone interview never happened. It was like an automated system kind of thing. I don't know what the hell is going on with it. So I rescheduled it for tomorrow. I guess I'll see if they call tomorrow. But I went in to Winn-Dixie and told them good news about nothing being a problem anymore for me anyways. You know, like I said, if a woman, any woman, doesn't want the father to have anything to do with their kids, that's probably an evil woman. Because that's the kids that's going to suffer, not the father. The father only suffers because they worry about the kids. The father, by default, don't actually give a fuck. He's a father. His job is to teach the children that most of the people in the world don't give a fuck. $160. I really think that's 180. I'll go and just call it 160. So, Mr. Conway, how much bigger do I look than, say, like a couple months ago? Do I look like a completely different fucking person? That's what I'm going for. I miss having like shoulders and whatnot. Laney got the hell out of me when I gave him over yesterday. Oh man. Got him on my belly button and my neck. Apparently my belly button may be used as a gripping device. Looks like I got a piercing ripped out. That's fucked up. When you're chatting, it's not even showing up. Like usually when somebody chats, it shows up for a second. I was looking over there and it wasn't even showing up. I have to like hit my finger on the button. Yep, both of them. That's why I got Simba inside now. Chilling. Yeah. I know, but they're better off than the kids. But we can't talk about that. Where'd my lighter go? That's. I was sitting on it. I found a shark. Mm. 'I just saw my dream car. A white DA9 Integra with red badges. On the John Belushi show, whatever the fuck this is. Jim Belushi? Jim Belushi. Yeah. If it were John Belushi, that car wouldn't have been out yet. I think he died before it came out. $90 degrees. Yep, that's about how hot it is in this fucking house. Hoi. Whew. About to go run the AC in my car just to cool down. Fuck. Let myself down. Come on. All right. Okay, I'm going to let it reconnect first. Then I'm going to call it a broadcast. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out and chatting. Don't forget to click the like button. So make sure you're subscribed if you haven't subscribed already. And if you are a subscriber, check your subscriptions. Make sure it's still valid. And as always, re-stomp the groin. No, wait, wrong channel.